logical conventions. Zoomikon in Switzerland is home to a man who since 1995 has collaborated with engineers, scientists and manufacturers to revolutionize and challenge conventional car design. Meet Swiss designer and automobile visionary Frank Rinderknecht.
I try to go through life with my eyes open, just to be receptive to different thinking and different approaches of life and make a transfer to an automobile.
Frank sees his role as pioneering ideas car manufacturers would never dream of. His company, Rinspeed, has worked with the likes of BMW, Mercedes and Porsche, who have all lent him expertise and parts just to see what he'll come up with.
Our cars do not sit in the marketplace at all because we are advanced. We are 5, 10, 20 or whatever years advanced of what you can buy.
Over the years, he's invented an amphibious car that transforms into a hydrofoil, a car that transforms from a two-seater into a four-seater, and car features that sometimes end up in the cars we drive today.
We invented back in the 80s a remote control in a steering wheel, which didn't exist at the time. And nowadays you find it in every mid-size or upper-size car as a standard feature.
Only a few of his ideas have actually made it into today's showrooms. But for Frank, that isn't the point.
The big manufacturers, they have to see what they can sell. We can go a step beyond what usually people do and maybe go to a certain extreme.
One of those extremes is the Senso. The purpose of this car is to make driving safer through the use of something called intelligent surfaces. The technology is based on the ability of the octopus to change colour and was developed by Andreas Fischer of the University of Zurich's Artificial Intelligence Laboratory.
Mit kommunizierenden Oberflächen meinen wir, dass man Oberflächen hat, die einerseits über Sensoren erfassen können, wie der Mensch sich fühlt, und dass diese Oberflächen eben auch durch bestimmte Akzente wie Farbe oder auch bewegte Muster mit dem Menschen kommunizieren können, ähnlich wie es bei Octopus der Fall ist.
A small camera records the driver's lane-changing techniques and overall speeds in various traffic conditions. A biometric watch even records the driver's pulse rate. This data is then collated by an onboard computer which evaluates the driver's mood.
Many accidents can be prevented by influencing the driver to be a better driver. Not to say you may not and with the finger up.
With its luminescent foils and ventilators, the Senso can emit different coloured lights and aromatherapy fragrances. If the car senses the driver is aggressive, it emits blue light and a vanilla mandarin fragrance to calm him. For tiredness, it emits orange-yellow light and a grapefruit perfume to keep him awake. Frank's answer to increasing city congestion is the Rinspeed Presto, which can change length by 75 centimetres.
It serves the purpose of being a very small commuter car. However, for the weekend, you need more space. So this avoids to own two cars as you have two in one.
Frank tackles environmental concerns in his Advantage R1 car, the first sports car in the world fueled by biogas, a fuel made from rotting vegetables and domestic waste.
100 kilo of household waste is good enough to power us for 100 kilometers.
More and more vehicles are now being modified to run on biogas. In 2001, there were hardly any on the road. In 2005, there were over 8,000 in Europe alone.
My goal in life is to create, to leave something behind that has moved a certain amount of people. I want each car to be different, completely from the other one, and then I'm free to proceed in whatever direction I want.
In One Step Beyond's journey through the world of visionaries, we've encountered people inspired by flying saucers, people who dream of flying like a bird and revolutionizing cars. But there's one man in Tokyo, Japan, whose inspiration comes from a more unusual source.
Welcome to Dr. Nakamatsu's house.
77-year-old Dr. Yoshiro Nakamatsu is one of the most prolific inventors in the world.
I already has invented 3,218 present time, but tomorrow may be more.
This is more than even Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, who came up with a paltry 1,093 US patents. Dr. Nakamatsu conceived his first invention at the age of 5, a gravity-assisted landing mechanism for model aeroplanes. In 1970, he invented Japan's first universal taximeter to standardize fare pricing. Later came the perfect putter, whose non-twist grip he claims improves performance fivefold. And then his flying shoes, which he claims lessens joint impact when jogging. And more recently, a hormone-based sex spray called Love-Jet, which in 1999 alone earned the doctor $5 million US. But his most visionary claim to fame came in 1952. Whilst a student at the University of Tokyo's Faculty of Engineering, he designed a prototype of the floppy disk. The inspiration for the disc came from his dissatisfaction with the sound quality of phonographic records.
I like music very much, but there are too much scratch noise between needle and disc.
Eventually, the doctor developed a disc which could be read by magnetic and light sensors.
Floppy disk at first I made by my hand from paper and coated by magnetic coating.
So how does Dr. Nakamatsu maintain such a prolific and visionary output? He puts it down to 3 things. The first is environment. In his purpose-built apartment, he's created a special calm room to maximize his thinking power.
In the calm room, I shall forget about every noise. Then after that, I shall create many new ideas. Such environment is very important.
The doctor claims the second reason is his diet. He eats only 1 meal per day containing exactly 700 calories. This is dangerously below the recommended daily intake, but Dr. Nakamatsu claims that this exact amount stimulates his creativity.
I recommend pork because pork has lots of vitamin B12, which is very important for brain.
The doctor keeps a detailed record of his diet, photographing every single meal he consumes.
Round onion is bad, but straight onion may be a little bit better.
There's no evidence to suggest that the doctor's diet increases brain power, nor his claim that by following this diet, he'll live until 144 years of age.
Such training makes a strong, creative spirit. I'm now 77 years old, but still my spirit of invention is growing.
The third and most important reason for the doctor's visionary output is the doctor's late mother.
My mother was very excellent. She has very high intelligence. Such DNA I have received from her.
He may have his mother's genes, but it's his love for his mother which inspires him and was responsible for this, one of his earliest inventions.
This pump was invented at my age of 14. My mother, she wanted to pour soy sauce from big bottle to a small bottle. I decided to invent new equipment for her because I love my mother. Many people's spirit is money, how to make money, but my spirit is love. This is the purpose of invention.